Welcome back to KN Agile. In this video this week, I'm going to talk about the collaborative design process in laying out initial design concepts in the very early design stages with wireframing and things like that. Wireframing is a term that you might have heard in tech, where basically it's the very early initial stage of conceptualizing an idea you have visually before the design is actually complete, that you can share with graphic designers and your team. It basically represents the ideas very roughly in the structure of how you want to represent those ideas, whether it's an app or a web page. I try and meet with my designer at least twice per week to go over some markups to existing designs, if there's any feedback from other team members, how we want to incorporate into the design, with mockups of, like I said earlier, just initial screenshots of existing designs that we want to modify, or just wireframes of basically just shapes that kind of convey the functionality and layout of how we want the design to look like. So it's very basic. When conceptualizing a design, whether it's a mobile app screen or another thing, let's say a checkout page on the web, there's several tools that you can use, like Canva is one, or Figma is another. I tend to use Canva just because I'm a very basic designer. My design skills aren't that sharp, and I want to just get the very basic information to my designer when I meet with her. It's very easy to use, so I'm going to show you a couple methods that I do. So this is what Canva looks like. You just go to canva.com and you can see your latest projects here that you started. You can open a new template and set the custom sizing of just a blank space for you to start throwing in images and add text and things like that. So basically, you go to canva.com. I threw in here as a mock-up an existing screenshot of a login page to kind of build off of and give that feedback to my designer. So let's say we're enhancing this screen. I can add text and an arrow here using elements. You can add lines and things like that, or you can add text. You just click on a heading and start typing. And then here's all your uploads. But it's a really cool tool, very basic for designing and sketching things. So here I have an arrow to the password field. We can indicate that the password characters are not sufficient and show this maybe in red when that happens and they start typing. And then maybe we want to add this link to forgot your password bigger, just so it's more user friendly. So this is more of a mock-up of what that might look like. And then down here we have more of a wireframe, just using basic shapes and framework of the sequence of events on this page of a sign-in and what we want it to do functionality wise. So they enter their name here for the name field, password field, and then they'll click the sign-in button last. But if the password is incorrect, after they hit the sign-in button, maybe there's an error message here that's displayed if the password is incorrect, and that's what text I have here. So we can review this with the designer to just conceptualize an idea visually. And that's about it. I like to use Canva for both wireframing and then just mocking up designs from existing screenshots, both very helpful in Canva. And that's it. That's it for today's video, guys. Showing you some design concepts, tools using Canva. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Comment below which design tools and aids you like to use for wireframing with your designer. And don't forget to like this video, share it. We'll see you next time.